Welcome back to the 1969 Cardinal production studio. Here we are, a little 12-foot trailer. We're going to talk about the backcountry Tenkara setup. Everything in this setup is everything you really need to get fishing with Tenkara style. And you get your Tenkara backcountry series rod, either 12 or 13 footer. That's inside a rod sock to protect the rod. Also, you've got your aluminum tube that you can throw that thing inside when you're backpacking or headed out into the bush. We send you with some level line as well as a furled leader, a spool of tippet, it's 5X tippet, and then a bamboo fly box that's full of a bunch of flies. We got a dozen flies in there. You'll notice that some of them are your traditional Tenkara patterns, and then some of them are just going to be woolly buggers, Adams, stuff that fishes all over the country and pretty much any water. The Tenkara rod is a collapsible fishing rod. It starts out at about 21 inches long, and then when you pull this little stopper out, that's where everything is included. And if you look inside here, the very tip of your rod's got this little cord with a knot tied on the end of it. If the knot's not tied on the end of it, it's just a little overhand, easy to put on there. Whenever you're addressing anything on the end of this, you want to kind of stick it inside, put your thumb over there so you're not going to break that delicate tip. And that's where we're going to start tying things onto the rod with. For the Tenkara rod, line, and fly setup, your simple components are the rod, the line, and the fly. The rod is connected to the line here at the Lilium connection. The line comes out to some tippet, which connects to the fly, and that's where the fish goes to eat the fly. This is your Lilium on the end of your rod, that little rope with a knot on the end of it. And what we're going to do is we're going to attach our leader or our Tenkara line or our level line onto that. Now, if you've got a leader with a loop in it already, that's going to make things easy. If not, then we're going to tie what's called a perfection loop. And I'm using this rope to show it to you, but the perfection loop is super simple. All I'm going to do is take the rope, put the tag behind me like that, go around, trap it with your fingers so it's held tight, then put this line through, trap that again, and then we're going to pull this one through this one. And you'll know everything is right when your tag sticks out to the side. Imagine this is like your the end of your leader or the end of your Tenkara line or the end of your level line, whatever you want it to be for your setup. This is the Lilium, and we're going to attach this over to the Lilium. First thing you do is just make a little hitch in there, real simple stuff. Like so. Slide it over your little overhand knot in the Lilium and then tighten it down. And that's the connection from the rod to your Tenkara line. It's super duper simple. Your Tenkara line or your forward leader or your level line all set up, and it's got a loop on the end of it. It's already got a built-in loop on the forward leader, but if you have to make one, you know how to make the perfection loop now. And then you want to do a piece of tippet on the end of that, and that's what's going to be tied to the fly as your little piece of 5X tippet. Now you can either loop to loop these, or you can just tie the tippet onto this loop, but loop to loop connections are always important in fishing, so all you got to do is push this over that, put the line through, and then you've got a loop to loop like so. And if your loop to loop looks like this, it's wrong. Looks like that, it's right. Usually with similar diameters, we're going to use the surgeon's knot. Alright, and all we have to do is take our two pieces of line here, lay them next to each other, and this is one of the simplest knots in fly fishing. We're going to just make a loop, overhand knot, and make it another overhand knot, and that's why they call it a double surgeon's knot, and pull tight. We're going to tie a clinch knot, and this is a simple clinch, not an improved clinch. But all you're going to do is put the line through the fly like so, twist it about 5 times, around, like that. And you've got a little hole right there that line goes through. Pull tight and you're done. Sometimes we like to throw streamers that we want to have a lot of action in the water, so what we'll tie is what's called a non-slip mono loop. And these are super easy. You just got to follow one direction, and that is always the line goes in the way it came out. So you start with a little overhand loop like so, tighten it down, then throw your fly through there. Now, it goes in the way it came out, into the loop, bring it kind of tight, go around 4 to 5 times, and then back through the way it came in is the way it goes out, or the way it goes out is the way it came in. Tenkara fishing is one of the easiest ways to get outdoors and teach kids how to fish, teach your partner how to fish, teach a friend how to fish. It's also one of the most effective ways to fish. It allows you to get out there and really target some pocket water and get really good drifts on flies. And it's as, if not more effective than traditional fly fishing. So get out there and do it. You can do this pretty much anywhere, whether you're fishing for little snappers in the backwaters of the Florida Keys, or if you're fishing high mountain alpine greenback cutthroat. This kind of rod works everywhere.